radio dial right here. You're locked into the hottest news station on the planet. Hot 702.5 in FM sound. Blazing today's hip hop, R&B, and pop music. Bring your radio on fire. Bringing you the hottest, realest, riskiest talk shows. Live 24/7 on hot7025fm.com.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Charlotte, and you're tuned into the hottest news station on the planet, Hot 702.5.
All the stars are right here.
This is Beyonce.
Yo, what's going on, man? This is Drizzy Drake.
DJ Khaled.
You're tuned in to Risky Radio.
Hey. Hot7025fm.com. I'm DJ DOWRONG.
It's your girl, Rach the Gem.
And your favorite cousin, Megs.
Hey. So today is a special day for us. And I just am so blessed to be with these two lovely ladies, to be able to bring this special interview with you guys. But before we get going with that, how are y'all doing today?
Meg?
I'm doing great. How about you? I think, I don't know. I think it's because, it's not too cold today. So, I don't know. I was just feeling good, feeling great. Energy was nice. How about y'all?
The weather was amazing outside today. I was so happy.
I know. And I'm just glad I'm not on the East Coast, because I don't know, being a West Coast cat, I do not know if I could survive in all that snow, just to be honest with you.
That part. I know I can. I'm not about that life.
Forget that.
Not at all. When it's 40 degrees here, I'm like, fuck that. This is disrespectful.
Straight up. And then you got friends that are from places like Chicago and where it's cold, and they look at you like, this is cold to you. And then you get in your feelings a little bit. And I don't care. I don't want that cold. I'd rather be in the heat and throw on that air conditioning. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Absolutely.
They call people who can't stand the snow soft, but can you deal with 120 degrees? Deal with that 120.
You gotta have some heart for that. You gotta have some heart for that.
For real, because as soon as you walk outside, it feels like the heat, like the sun is trying to kill you. Just be real disrespectful and claustrophobic.
Try to keep your face from melting. Straight up. Hey, did y'all hear that the founder of Hustler magazine, Larry Flynt, passed away today?
That's crazy.
I didn't think that. I'm gonna be honest. I thought he was already not with us any longer.
I'm gonna be honest. He's been looking a little sickly for a while. So not to say I hate putting that bad energy out there, but I swear to God, it was kind of he didn't seem like he was in the best health.
Nah, and I think it just finally caught up with him. I'm curious if they're gonna throw some COVID-related symptoms and stuff on him.
You never know. It's crazy because the only reason why I know who he is, I just remember that movie back in the day, The People versus Larry Flynt.
Yep.
And that's how I watched it. It was because it used to come on HBO. So it was one of those, who's this guy? One of those things I was probably watching as a kid. I probably shouldn't have been watching, but I did. No,
it wasn't appropriate when we was kids, for real. But
what was you doing?
Learning too much, clearly.
Right.
Yeah. It's been a couple people in the past couple of months that have passed away that I was like, oh shoot, I thought they
were already left.
Yeah.
Right.
Then I start feeling
do you
bad.
feel bad when you think that?
I do.
I feel awful. It's I probably shouldn't have thought that, but it's but I will say sometimes I think as older people are less active, I'm gonna blame it on the lack of being in the spotlight.
I don't know. I thought Larry King. I know he was still very active, but low-key I thought he was gone. Sorry, Larry.
Tell the truth, shame the devil. Yes.
I feel both of your hair is looking extravagant today. I like it.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? And I just wanted to say, have you ever caught yourself using Gorilla Glue in your hair? Like Tessica, that decided to put Gorilla Glue in her hair, and now she's all over the news, and they're saying that she did this just for clout. What do y'all feel about that? Is it just for clout that she did this, or what?
I kind of think it was a little bit for clout, because at first she was not trying to get help. Now there's a GoFundMe. Now she's in Beverly Hills. I don't know. It escalated pretty quickly. And the statement that Gorilla Glue put out was like, we're sorry to hear about your loss on your edges. They're like, we can do about that.
You better get it together.
Yeah.
She cut off her ponytail today. I saw one of her friends cut off her ponytail. So,
I mean, I use Gorilla, that same glue she put in her hair. I use that because I'm a crafty person, and I really use those for my vision boards, and I'm like gluing the pictures on. And just when it touches your hand, it takes forever to come off. So I can't understand I don't know. I would have thought twice before I put glue in my hair. That's just me, because Gorilla Glue, don't no hairstyle need to be that slicked where it's just too stiff. And I don't know if she did it for clout in the beginning, but I think once you go viral, and I think once you start getting them followers up, because the way she got that blue check was like, sis, how you even know to apply for that?
Yeah, her sister was keeping them updated. One thing is, I have never seen glue in a spray can, and I'm not a crafter. Okay, I don't put stuff together. That's not my thing. But I have never and it seems like she was looking for gel, and gel doesn't come in a spray form. I don't know how she got the two confused. If you went to the store, Gorilla Glue is in the household section, the fix-it section with the tools. Gorilla Snot is in a completely different section of the store. So how did you get the two confused?
Right. Like I said, I think she needed something to keep her hair down. And then when she realized that she got a little too deep, there was no turning back. And what was it, 3-4 weeks later, now her hair is still the same way?
That's the thing. I feel like after a week because she originally used that Got to Be Glued stuff, and it's I use their gel for my baby hairs, but I never use their spray. But it's the common sense in me is okay, Got to Be Glue spray, that's a hair product. Gorilla Glue is glue for crafts. They're not even in the same aisle. So
they're not. And on top of that, once she started spraying the fumes, because she put a good amount on there because her hair was slicked down. You remember the old school Legos, with the black cap? It looked just like that. It was stuck on there. She's just put it on there.
And one of our listeners, Emmanuel, he said that she so far made $17,000 on a GoFundMe. And I mean, you just got to be creative, I guess, to be able to create and that sucks because GoFundMe is not for stuff like this, but unfortunately it gets taken advantage of where people really don't use it for what its intended purposes are.
Right.
Hey, I think people lose their edges every day, B. Okay, and I think it's worth it to lose it for $17,000. I'll lose my edges for $17,000. It's gonna grow back.
She did say, because she did a TMZ interview saying that she isn't in it for the clout and stuff, but she said she did the GoFundMe for the sake of having to buy wigs afterwards. Now, $17,000 for wigs, girl, you about to get the best.
The best wigs. Good hair. She's gonna get the good hair wigs.
She about to get that European, the one that would be costing $5,000 a wig or something like that for it to cost that much. Because child, that's a 3-year supply worth of wigs.
She better get 17 wigs or some hair plugs or implants or something. That's a lot of money for some wigs.
So I just want to remind everybody that today is that special day. Jim Jones is going to be our special guest today, but Jim Jones is just getting to the airport, is getting situated, so he'll be on with us shortly. And I'm really excited for us to be able to talk with him, tell you everything that he's got going on. Did y'all catch the Super Bowl? Did you see the GOAT? I mean, I don't know how much you ladies are into football, but did y'all see the GOAT won his 7th Super Bowl? I'm a Raider fan.
I saw his drunk ass today throw at the little boat parade, throw his trophy. So that's what happens when you get by the 7th one, you don't value it. You don't even care that you're the GOAT. You're just if that trophy would have fell in the water, then what?
Yeah, they would have been sad. And I heard he pulled up in a $2 million yacht. I heard the yacht that he pulled up in was $2 million. I guess that's the perfect way to kind of go in style, so to say.
I say so myself. I agree. I like that. That's my type.
I don't even know if I've been on a $10,000 boat, let alone a $2 million boat. That's crazy.
Yeah, the boats at Lake Las Vegas.
Future, okay?
Yeah, no, you won't see any of those at Lake Las Vegas. Trust that.
Not at all. We pushing 2K boats out there, paddle boats.
Yeah.
Dang.
Oh my God.
What did you think of the performances?
You know, I thought the Weeknd, you know, I was looking, and a lot of people were saying, well, why would the Weeknd go and do something like that? And people were breaking it down. Basically, he paid to perform, is what they were saying, with all the production and everything else. And supposedly he spent like $7 million. But for a certain, and I don't know all the figures exactly, but a certain commercial ran a certain amount. So basically he ended up getting like 14 minutes of time, 12 minutes of time that would have cost like $100 and something million if it was advertisers that did it. And he got all that time for $7 million. If you ask me, that was a pretty genius move to really market yourself that way.
And he was smart because he announced his tour the same week. Yep. So he's like, look, y'all, this is just a little preview that he just basically paid and got a discount on his commercial for his upcoming tour.
Pretty smart. Tricky.
I think it was genius. But the overall performance, what did you feel about the overall performance?
I didn't watch it. I didn't. But here's my thing. Like, I'm a Weeknd fan. But like, cause I was a Weeknd fan when he was still, you know, dropping the mixtapes before the trilogy. But I don't always like the live performances. I might go back and like rewatch it just to, you know, check it out. But I totally skipped out on the Super Bowl this year.
That's how my wife was. She went and took a shower during that time. She was like, I don't need to see it. What did you feel?
I caught, you know, I was popping in and out because I really wasn't pressed to watch it, but I do like the Weeknd for his artistry. I love to see people be like extremely creative. I like to be like, what is this person doing? And like for the last year, that's all I've been saying is, what is the Weeknd doing? So I'd like to just pay attention so I could just try to figure it out for myself.
I'm still trying to figure out the whole facial, like for a time, I thought he really got some facial surgery. I'm like, why did this man do this to his face?
Thank God he didn't, because with his last music video, I was like, okay, if this is not a prosthetic, like I'm gonna be heartbroken that he ruined his face like that. So I was happy to see with like the rehearsals right before the Super Bowl that he did show like his face and that it wasn't real, because people were spooked for a minute. I know I was.
I was too.
Have you guys ever been catfished?
I haven't. Thank God.
I have. You know, it was an accident. It was like, remember when Black Planet was popping?
Oh, okay.
I got like a little catfish.
Back then, though, so that's okay. But did you guys hear about the 63-year-old woman who got catfished by somebody pretending to be Bruno Mars?
Yeah, this morning, and I was highly confused because I'm kind of like, why does Bruno Mars need your money? I'm trying to figure that out.
$100K. Like, I'm trying to think, like, did he say his private jet was out of fuel and needed her to, like, I was just lost in how could you think this, like, multi-millionaire would really need you to send him some money? Like, she got it all backwards, because she really should have been trying to get some money from him. If she would have sugar daddy did, then she would have seen off top, oh, that ain't him.
Right. I think that's like the move. Is like you wait for them to ask for the money first, but I was gonna ask you for some money. I'm trying to do the same thing you doing.
Tripping, I'm sure, but then when you see the guy in court, it's like, now you know.
I'm still surprised people are still getting catfished out here. We have video chat, and even on some of the apps, you can like video chat the person to make sure they're real. Like you don't have to go off the app to figure out if the person is verified saying who they are. But I guess it still happens.
But time out. The show Catfish teaches you how to not get catfished. Like the way they be finding people, every time I'm like, I learned from the show Catfish, you could Google search somebody's image.
That part, I was like, oh, say less. Look what I'm about to do. I'm about to get in my PI. Let me get my PI hat on real quick. And I'm going to look them up. I love Catfish. Like, one of my favorite episodes is when the girl thought she was talking to Bow Wow. That took me down. It was hilarious. I'm like, Bow Wow, really? Stop, you guys.
No, so but remember, did you see the episode where the girl thought she was talking to Rich Dollars and she was actually talking to his nephew who was like on his
Yes. I kind of think that was a setup because, Love and Hip Hop was like about to start back up, but it was still funny.
You never know.
Still super funny.
So I wanted to be able to kind of share with everybody because I got some great information a little earlier this week. As the two of you are aware, and I'm going to let the rest of the world know, for the last 6 to 8 months, I've been working on a project called They Didn't See Us Coming that basically features over 25 different Vegas rappers, producers. I was able to bring them all together, and basically I want to do something for the city in the kind of the light of DJ Khaled, so to say. So we will be releasing the project, on the 19th of this month.
Product and project. Hey, whichever y'all want, like whatever flows y'all go. We got the product and the project.
Yeah, I got it all for you. But I'm really excited about that. It's going to be on all streaming platforms. You guys have been supporting the project for the longest, and I just really appreciate all the support that the station and you guys have been doing. And man, I know you guys. Have you guys heard it yet? Have you been able to hear it?
Okay. I was bumping some of it on Monday, and we've been playing it throughout the week on the station. Like, everything I hear so far is a bop.
Good.
It is. It always is, and it's always catchy. I'll find myself just singing it. Like, I'm not even at the station listening to music. You do a great job. How was it working with all those artists?
It was, with the pandemic, it was a little bit of a challenge, obviously. And, that's why I'm looking forward to talking with Jim Jones and talking about his quarantine studios. And, you can't always be in the same place. So getting everybody together and getting the different, the different tracks together, it took some time, but the time was well worth it. I felt everybody had to elevate themselves to give their A game on it. And I think it's a great representation for Las Vegas and the talent that we have here, both lyrically and as producers. And I wanted to be able to showcase that for the city so we can get some exposure for everybody outside of the city, so to say. So, everybody could hear it, but I'm just so excited about it. I'm learning a lot about the business end of stuff. I mean, this is all put out independently. So we're not signed to a major label. So, the ins and outs of learning the business and it's just been a good ride so far. And we're just getting to the top. You know what I mean? So I'm looking forward to really growing with this project and doing more projects. This is just the first project. I feel there's still a lot of more talent that hasn't been touched on. I want to get more R&B artists involved. I want to be able to just get a lot of different artists and then expand. But what I'm focused on is what we have here because there's so much talent that's here. And I think the world needs to hear it.
There is. Congratulations, one. And let everybody know where they can find it, where they can listen to it.
So the album is called DJ DOWRONG Presents They Didn't See Us Coming. It'll be on all streaming platforms on February 19th. So you can go and pre-order right now on Spotify or Apple Music. But yeah, check it out. I guarantee we made it a point to make everything up-tempo. Did you notice that everything was up-tempo on there?
That's what I love the most. Like everything, when I say it's a bop, it's literally like a bop. Like you can groove to it. And what I love about it too is like you coming out with it, like it's still winter, but it's like transitioning to spring, summer. Hopefully we can be outside. Like it's definitely got some function anthems on it. So
I agree.
Thank you.
I agree. I'm ready for the summer. I'm ready for the summertime.
And I'm gonna get all these cats together too. So we'll get together and come and visit you guys and just really live it up the way we're supposed to live it up. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yep. So, how's it been being a part of the Morning Wood, Megs? We've been going at this for what, 6 months?
I can't believe it's been 6 months. Yeah, you know, it's been great. Like, I've learned to get up earlier and to like tap into my morning person.
That part.
That's the fun part. But no, I mean, it's a great experience. It's a dope team. It's like a second family.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. How about you, Rach?
I love it. I'm not going to say I'm not a morning person. I like to be up early, but I like to stay in bed and be up early. You know, especially with the shutdown, like having to like leave the house early. I was like, listen now, it's been a couple of times where I was like, look, 5 more minutes, but I made it. But I love doing it. I love getting up, waking everybody up, and all the great people we get to work with. So it's exciting. Definitely exciting.
And I love hearing you guys in the morning. What I like is how unique the show is with different hosts on Monday through Friday, and you guys all bring your own flavor, and just the way you guys vibe off each other, what you're bringing content wise and everything else to the table. I think you guys are doing. I'm a fan. Not because I'm at the station with y'all. I'm a fan because I really listen to this stuff. So I think you guys are doing a fabulous job, and I can't wait to see what you do in 2021 as far as expanding on that.
Yep. You know, we got the hottest station on the planet. It's so much content on Hot 7025. You have a great show. We're part of the Morning Wood. I love it. And I do love with the Morning Wood is we play like indie artists. So I get to hear, you know, local artists, our up and coming artists. I love to hear those songs and music.
And that's what I like about my show tonight. I'll be back on your airwaves at 7:00 tonight Pacific Standard Time for the Just Ride, Just Grind mix. So make sure you tune into that later on tonight. I've got 2 hours. First hour is hip hop, second hour is R&B, and it's going to be all the newest hip hop and R&B, some stuff that you probably ain't even heard yet. But that's what I do on my show is I break records. And I make sure that these new artists get heard. You know what I mean? And it don't matter where you're at. If you're not in Vegas and you're watching us and you got a hot track, send it to us. Because we'll play it. You know what I mean?
Yes. What do you guys think about this impeachment?
You know, it needs to be done. I just need them to approve it. Like, see this through. Don't get, because here's the thing, like, you know, there's still some people on the Senate who are like, you know, not admitting that for one, he lost the election, but two, that was an insurrection. And I think it's like for the good of holding him accountable and not allowing him to run again, they need to go ahead and approve that, because we do not need a 2024 run of Trump.
Trump's lawyers was horrible yesterday, and I watched a little bit of it, and they even admitted that the election wasn't rigged when they were trying to do something in his defense. And like, what's crazy is they keep talking about how, well, he's not the president anymore, he's out of office, just let him go. Are you scared of him winning again? No, we're not scared of him winning again. We're scared of him making this country worse than it's ever been again. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And again, that's my opinion. I normally don't like talking politics because obviously that's a fiery subject with people, but that's what we do, right? For a living. We talk about this type of shit. And you know, I think that Mitch McConnell should have stepped up when he was president still, when Trump was president, and took the steps of impeachment and trial at that time. So now it's past that time. He's not the president. You're going to say, well, he's not the president anymore. We didn't want to do anything when he was. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, yeah. You know, it's about accountability at the end of the day. You know, we know he's not president anymore, but it's about accountability. He did what he did, and more things are coming out, and his lawyers are like, we got nothing, but he paid us through the end of the year, so let's try to get something together.
Because here's the thing, like, anybody who's connected to Trump, like, at this point, it's career suicide. So I'm sure his lawyers needed the money, but they're like, yo, I still need to get clients and stuff when I lose this, and I can't be blacklisted for defending Donald Trump. Because right now, if you're aligned with him, like that, which is why Mitch McConnell at the last minute changed his tune, and Lindsey Graham, it's like they know you can only be aligned with him so much and still maintain a career and get a job after working with him or aligning with him.
But they still got 1 foot in and 1 foot out. So their actions say something opposite of what their words are saying. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's kind of crazy. I just hope that we can figure out this whole like virus thing. I hope that we can come back to the outside again. I don't know if you've watched the movie Home. I'm sure that you got kids. Can I come to the outside again?
I want to come to the out. Yeah. Coming to the out.
Straight up. So I want to be like the Boov, and I want to be able to do that.
Me too. I want that. I want that for everybody. But it's really scary because you just don't know. And they got this COVID got its second wind, and I'm a little nervous. I don't really go nowhere anyways.
Variants. Like
right.
every new variant is in a city that's like either your town or like right next to you. And it's like, okay, wait a minute. Where is it? How all these variants from these other countries get here so fast? Y'all supposed to be like checking before they get on planes and stuff like that. It's like, I don't think they're really using these protocols they keep promoting and advertising, because ain't no way the South African quote unquote variant got here so fast.
And they were actually doing pretty well. Their numbers were low until they weren't.
Right.
And they're saying that our numbers have been going down. It's the lowest since November as far as what's being reported. But please still wear your mask. Please still take precautions that you need to take, because again, you might not get sick, but you could get somebody else sick. And we've got to be smart. We got to be very smart with the situation. You know what I mean?
Yes. And shout out to everybody tuning in right now on Facebook through Streama MixLR. We are still waiting on Jim Jones right now. We'll be interviewing him, talking about his music, everything he's got going on. He is stuck at the airport, but you guys just, hang out with us for a little while we wait for him.
Are you guys going to get the vaccine?
And that's what I was going to bring up.
I don't like needles, and I don't like vaccines, so it's a no for me.
And it's a no for me as well. And like, I've never really taken the flu shots. Like my wife has, and she wants to get my kids to take the and I don't know. I just feel like, are they putting more poison inside of my body? And that's just the hardest part, is no matter who you have celebrity wise that's going to sit in front of a camera and get that shot to show you, there's still that hesitation on my part, and to have any of my kids or my family to go and do that, because it's just still so much unknown. And do you believe how some of it gives you cerebral palsy? Is it cerebral palsy? Is that how you say it?
Bell's palsy. It's palsy.
Yes. Yeah. Is that true? Like, how much of some of the stuff that you're seeing where there's the negative reactions to the vaccination, how much is that like fact and false? I'm curious. Right.
Yeah, I always say like I'm open to getting the vaccine after, because like our age group, we can't even get it till like the summertime, July-ish. So I feel like by then they're gonna know the side effects a little bit more, because like most of the trials only lasted a few months, so that'll give them a good 6 months to see how sick people got after they've rolled it out. And then if it's recalled by then hey, we ain't gotta get it.
I don't mean to be insensitive. It's kind of like when the first iPhone rolled out and you didn't want to get the iPhone. You were like, I'm gonna wait.
Right. It got some bugs in it. Let me get some bugs out.
I gotta wait.
I'm weak that you said recall. Like, we're gonna see a commercial like, did you get the COVID-19 vaccine? Well, if you did,
please call us at 1-800-GET-PAID.
Yeah. Right. And it's pretty scary. Me, I've never gotten the flu shot ever, and I've never had the flu. And I remember I was working in a call center, and call centers are like disgusting for like, if one person gets sick, it's a wrap. So I was like always a germaphobe anyways, but anybody who got the flu shot at the job, the next day they were like calling out because they had the flu. I'm like, well, you should have caught it naturally, I guess. I mean, what was the point? You got it anyways.
That's exactly why I never got the flu shot, because my dad got it, and I remember he got real sick, and I'm like, I'd rather just get the flu and just let it pass. At least I know when I'm gonna get it, and I know my NyQuil gonna knock it out.
And I think in my mind, I done convinced myself so much that I've got like this super immune system to where ever since the pandemic, I haven't really let my wife out the house. My wife is susceptible to getting sick pretty easy. So I haven't really let them or my kids out of the house. I'm the one that has to run errands if we're not ordering stuff offline. And then I'll just take the necessary precautions. But I'm grateful that I'm able to kind of get out in the world here or there safely and still be able to, come back and man, not catch COVID. Shoot.
Yeah, that's the goal for 2021. Don't catch COVID. And Emmanuel said that everybody's immune system is different, and it's true. And they even said it, like the COVID-19 vaccine is not for everybody. Like if you have some sort of an allergy, they tell you like you might not want to get it, even pregnant women, but they're literally pushing it to everybody. So like, what is it? Let us know. I don't trust it.
That's why you gotta let the first people get in. Just y'all going right ahead. Let me see.
Well, they gonna get the check. They gonna be the ones with the check.
Look, okay, so get it like towards the end of the recall. So it's like if you survive it, cool. But if not, you can at least get the check. See, I don't want to get the Bell's palsy. That's what scared me too, because I'm like, and I think that was with like the Pfizer one. If that's a side effect, like I don't even want to risk it. I'm cool. Like,
and I'm confused. Like, why are there so many people dropping? Like, Walmart about to drop the COVID-19. Like, why are there so many people out there dropping this vaccine? If it's like, is it the same formula? It's not the same formula. If different people are dropping it and there's different side effects, right. Like that's crazy.
See, because I feel like Walmart gonna be using that Johnson & one, and I'm cool on anything. I'm cool on anything cheap.
I don't want the cancer, the great value COVID. Come on, it's half off.
At all.
They don't give you that.
So like, wait a minute, it's free. It's free down the street. Well, we charge it, but we cutting it in half, so don't even worry. Like, oh my goodness. It's pretty scary. So what are you guys looking forward to for the rest of 2021?
Man, just, oh my God. I hope like outside open so I can take a trip. I just want to go on a trip this year. That's it.
I feel you.
I just want to, I want to, like you said, I want to get back out in the world. I want to be able to, share this music with everybody and do what the dream has been for all these years is perform for people, get them to hear good music and make some money while we do it. You know what I mean? Right. But I mean, that's so unimportant at this particular time, because again, I want to make sure that I play my part in keeping the world healthy, or the people around me healthy as well. So, I'm not gonna lie. When I moved to Texas a few years ago, when I was in Texas, I pretty much stayed in the house with my family there. So it's not much different, because I'm more of a homebody anyway, like that, to where I didn't have to do a lot of adjusting. Is this something different for you, Rach, where you had to do a lot of adjusting because you were used to being out so much?
I like being at home. Okay, I was living my life when the shutdown happened. I don't gotta go nowhere. Oh, say less. Order Uber Eats. Let me go get my toilet paper and come back home. But I was working a lot in the city, but I'm glad it shut down, because it gave me a chance to just like step back, figure out what I wanted to do, take some time to hang out with my kids. And at this point, I'm done hanging with my kids. I want them to go back to school. Like, I'm looking forward to the kids going back to school, because being a teacher is so hard. And I already knew it, because I never wanted to be a teacher. But being a teacher is hard, okay? And then your kids, on top of that, they love to act up with you only. And I can't do it anymore. Somebody get them.
It's hard, because I have a third grader and a first grader, and my third grader is pretty self-sufficient. She gets it, but my first grader, we've got a lot of work that we have to do, and she gets so mad at daddy. And all I'm trying to do is help you. You don't get mad at your teacher like this, but you mad at daddy like this. And as much as I would look forward to that freedom once again of having the kids in school during the day. I still am not 100% sure on sending them back to school because of COVID. So as much as I want them to go back, I'm still hesitant to be like, okay, they open back up the schools. You ready? Because again, that's the unknown. Like,
right. It is. My kids go to a charter school.
Go ahead.
Oh, they could. No, I was gonna say my kids go to a charter school and they have kids in school right now. But I was like, yeah, no, I'm gonna keep mine at home. You know, we're gonna work through these phonograms. I don't know what I'm doing. They don't know what they're doing. So we're gonna learn together.
And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if the whole staff gets vaccinated. It's still the students that could come in and share amongst them. So like I need to have a better plan. Like they need to convince me on what the plan is to keep my kids healthy before I just send them back to school.
It's like, what can you do? Because even if the staff gets the COVID-19 vaccine, those students still have to go home to parents, to grandparents, to people that might have compromised immune systems. So that was my biggest thing, is like, I feel like, you know, my kids have a pretty strong immune system. They will get over it. But the thing is, I would never want to expose anybody that's close to me to that. And I don't want to get sick. And I don't want them to even have to go through that, because it's a kind of a 50-50 chance that it's going to be hard on them or they're just going to get over it. So it's a chance that I'm not willing to take. It's hard, yes, but I want them to go back, yes, but I can't. You know, I can never risk my children's life or anyone else's life. Right.
I'm with you.
You
don't have any kids.
No, I was gonna say I'm so glad I do not have this problem right now. Not like that, but the thing is, I used to be a tutor, so. And I used to have to like come up with like lesson plans and stuff like that. So I think like if I had to like do the homeschool shit, like I'd rock it. That's what I say now, but because I don't have to do it.
Wait until you get a 6 and 8 year old in front of you. Like,
right.
You might change that.
And especially when they're mine. Like it's different when the tutor coming in for like an hour and you're like, oh, I'm here to help you with your math or your science. But yeah, when it's like all day, 4 different subjects. Yeah. I don't know if I would have the patience for that.
This is going to sound funny. I'm appreciative that the pandemic happened because it gave me an opportunity to reflect on what I needed to do as a father, as a businessman, you know what I mean? And as a husband. And I feel that a lot of people will say 2020 was one of their worst years that they've ever had. I'm going to flip it and say 2020 gave me a lot of perspective, and it's probably one of the better years that I've had because I've been able to strategize and game plan for my future, for my family's future. You know what I mean? And so I'm trying to look at the glass half full, so to say, instead of half empty. And, what about you? What did you feel 2020 did for you?
I loved the rest and the reset. Like, because for me, 2019 was like my 2020.
Ooh,
like that was was like my year where like everything fell apart. I lost everything and had to like re-strategize and get it back. So for me, 2020, it just filled me with so much more appreciation that I was able to maintain. And to come out of, that place I was in 2019. Because again, it's all, like you said, it's all about perspective. And I appreciated the rest. I was I hate going to the clubs and stuff like that. And I'm usually a homebody anyway. So when everybody had to stay home, I was like, y'all. I had that shit down pat. So it was just something where I was able to just be like, damn, and just really count my blessings. And just appreciate life, because it's so easy to be like, oh my God, I can't go to the club or I can't buy this. But it's like, dog, a lot of people did not make it out of 2020.
Yeah, that's a fact.
And just knowing that, just to be in 2021 and be like, yo, I didn't catch COVID or I still have my job. I just was so I learned to appreciate the little things even more in 2020.
Yeah, definitely. You guys like the movie The Best Man? Remember that movie with Tay Diggs?
I do.
So they're coming out with like a series. that has the original cast, though. It has the original cast, so it might not be that bad. Yeah, so it's returning as a 10-episode dramedy series. It'll feature its original star-studded cast, including Taye Diggs, Morris Chestnut, Regina Hall. And you know what? I'm actually looking forward to it because it has the original cast. That's the only reason. If it has some other people, like Boomerang has like other people, I've never watched it.
Yeah, right. I haven't either. No, I think that's cool with the original cast. Are they doing it on Netflix? Is that what they're thinking of doing? Like a series like
Peacock,
that?
Right?
Yeah, it's going to be on Peacock. Yeah.
Okay.
Which is the NBC streaming network. First of all, I'm tired of all these streaming networks because what am I paying for cable for?
Right.
If all y'all gonna do is have I'm feeling like, damn, should I get rid of cable and just sign up for like a subscription for all these streaming networks now? That it's stupid. But I don't. They should have just did a threequel. Like why turn what could have been a 2-hour movie into like a 10 episode season? Like I was so sad.
It was so sad. So I don't know. Did somebody die in the last one? I haven't seen it in a minute.
I haven't either.
So somebody had cancer or something. Something was going on.
Monica, she died. Okay, guys. So we just got the Dipset disclaimer. Jim says he really wants to be here with us. Rushing through the airport. We may have some issues getting him live, but he asked if we could stay live for a little bit. We're going to get him on if we can't. Like, we'll keep you guys posted, but he's asking us to hold tight, so we want y'all to hold tight with us because y'all know the airport could be crazy at times and how you could get held up there. So he's pushing through. He's trying to come through right now. So let's just, keep our fingers crossed and, put some good vibes towards these Mercury retrograde mishaps. And,
I know. It never fails.
Are you guys ready for March 5th, I believe is the date? You know what March 5th is?
What's March 5th?
Coming to America.
Oh.
And you know how excited I am to see coming to America.
You're excited about it?
Oh, you're not? How are you not excited about it? Like,
I'm only excited because of the Black greatness in it. It's a lot of greatness. So, and I'm a support just because of the Black greatness. You got to root for everybody Black. But
look, I'm going to tell on myself. I'm in my 40s, okay? I'm going to tell on myself. I'm in my 40s. So for me, like this is childhood. You know what I mean? Like this is coming back, and with all the actors and actresses that they have in it, and what they've added, and then seeing Arsenio and Eddie reprise their roles with the different characters that they had. Some of them are a little bigger. Like Randy Watson looked a little bigger on there, but I'm looking forward to that movie. I'm glad that it's going right to Prime, Amazon Prime, right? It's going right to Amazon Prime.
I'm so glad I paid for Prime. Like, if I ain't never paid for Prime.
They still gonna charge though for the movie, right? Even if you're subscribed. Oh, you get it free?
Yeah.
Including your subscription? Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, say less. Just off the strength of my Blackness, I'm gonna watch it. Period. Hot 702 said it's $19.99. And Charlie, you haven't seen the original Coming to America?
No. I gotta pay $20 when I'm already paying $12.99 a month. I'm not.
So they're not doing it. So they're not doing it like they're doing HBO Max. Because like HBO Max, I got HBO Max. Wonder Woman came out. I was able to watch that as soon as it came out. The new Denzel movie that just came out, I think a week or two ago, I was able to watch that. So if Prime when Prime came out with Borat, the second Borat, I was able to watch it on Prime without having to pay. But again, I have to do my research before I say, no, you don't have to pay anything if you have a subscription.
Look, I subscribe to like $2, it ain't happening.
I'm still gonna get it. I'm still gonna watch it because I want to see it. I get Disney Plus, and when Mulan came out, there was a charge for it, and I was like, kids, we gonna wait till it becomes available. I'm not paying for Mulan.
They being real greedy now because here's the thing. It's not our fault that the theaters closed because of COVID. If we already, like, you know, they already seen the profits go up from everybody being home. Why are y'all charging for these movies when you know we already paying monthly subscriptions? Like, it's the audacity for me.
It is the audacity. I have to agree with you. But I'm not okay. I'm not going to say I'm not excited about it. I was excited when I heard the second one was coming out. The previews, there's just a couple things in the previews that I was like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like I love Leslie, but like Leslie being the baby mama, I'm just like, when did that happen? It's not resonating.
Hopefully they connect the dots in the movie. You know what I mean?
Where do you think they met?
When would they have time to meet?
At the bar.
That's true. When they were sitting down doing all the fast dating? Is that what you're talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Maybe she was the lady that was like Joan of Arc. But I'm not in my 40s because I'm young, but I do love that movie. I do love the original.
That movie. Like, my favorite part, and don't let me be high, that queen, when he sings She's Your Queen to Be, like, that is, I'll rewind that part just because that song and the way he was singing, like, I'm just like, when I get married, I'm going to have somebody sing that song as I come down the aisle. And
I'll do it. I nominate myself.
Okay. just get that falsetto popping, okay? Because
I'm a practice.
So I just want to say again, Jim really wants to be here with us. He's rushing through the airport, and we may have some difficulty getting him live. However, we're not giving up hope. He still wants us to stay with you guys, and he's rushing through the airport so we can interview him. So please, we appreciate you bearing with us. But again, all of his intentions is to talk with us today, okay?
Shout out to everybody in the comments as well. We appreciate y'all chiming in, listening. We see y'all. We see the jokes.
I like the jokes. Like, if you just see us just kind of smile out of nowhere, it's the joke that we're seeing that's off there.
It's the comment.
Yeah. So what do you feel about, so Danny Lee and the baby just broke up, right? So how do you feel about the whole relationship? Like, was it just for show? Was it real? She sure was in that new Masterpiece video on the side of him, and he had some nice, and I'm using nice very loosely, he had some nice things to say about her in that chorus.
You know, I think because they had been messing around for like a year. Because after she announced their relationship, then like she had posted a picture that showed like they had been dealing with each other for like a year. I think she got too cocky a little bit, and I think the bad press that she was getting after the whole Yellow Bone thing, like, I think that was the oh wait, I can't do this right now, because, you know, at the end of the day, bad publicity, there's only so much bad publicity that I think any artist, or, you know, whether y'all really together, especially if you don't really love that person, you ain't married, like, I don't think he want them problems that she started bringing them.
The baby seems pretty laid back, and I'm not really a fan of her. Jazzy J, I'm going to quote you. I don't like her. But, you know, she has a couple little bops, but the Yellow Bone thing definitely, you know, raised the eyebrow. I didn't like that at all. Specifically how she approached the situation, you know. So speaking of celebrity hookups, like we have Danny Lee and the baby, that could be for press, but also what about Michael B. Jordan and
Lori Harvey?
Press.
What do you think?
Press.
You don't need no press.
I swear to God, and like people get in relationships for publicity all the time, so that's what I mean when I say like press, because, you know, Michael B. Jordan had a perception among Black women that he did not date or like Black women. So I think it's a good look for him if he dates, you know, Lori Harvey, the girl that then had you know what I mean? She's the Black socialite that everybody kind of wants right now. So I think it's a good look for him. I think it's a good look for her. But I don't give it I don't know. I'd be surprised if like they were together for like a year and got married, because some of their pictures of affection just look so forced.
It's awkward and it makes me uncomfortable, and I don't like it.
How do you feel about like these celebrities just kind of moving on? Oh, no, it didn't work. Let me move on to this other celebrity. Oh, no, it didn't work. Let me move on. Like,
I think that's life. I mean, because
is it just more magnified because they're in the spotlight? And I mean, that's just shit that happens to all of us on an everyday basis. But because they're in the spotlight, it's just more prevalent. Okay.
Yeah, and it's other famous people.
Right. And it's just in the circle, you know what I mean? But it's like a lot of times you're going to date within your circle or your network. You know what I mean? Like, we in Vegas. Vegas is small. I could date a guy out here and he's, you know, we could be in the same sort of creative space. And then if we break up, I might date another creative. You know what I mean? So in Vegas, like, so I think sometimes when you're in that social circle, it just makes it's natural for you to be like, oh, y'all finally, like, you know, they be waiting when you finally break up if they wanted you. And sometimes you be like, okay, but I think it's just more magnified because they're famous and they have paparazzi.
Did Lori Harvey used to mess with Future? Is that who she used to mess with?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you go from
and Diddy,
Future,
and Diddy's son.
Yeah. And somebody else. It was Diddy's son, Future.
Trey Songz, but she didn't have like, hey, Lori Harvey. See, the reason why women idolize Lori Harvey is because she gets like the top tier guys in all their field, in a sense. Like when it comes to like, you know, the king of the fuckboys, she had Future. Then when it was like, you know, Trey Songz, it's Trey Songz. Like she literally had this studio girl. Then she went from Diddy's son to Diddy, like. Nobody gets like the rich dad and their son. Like it's just, girl.
She's like, I'm at the age where I'll date the daddy and the son. I don't care. Shout out to her because she dates around, and when it don't work, and she moves on. You'll never see her balled up in the corner. She is
a Capricorn, so I just want to shout out that Capricorn energy. Because
what I'll give to her though is she's really trying to see what type of dude she's looking for. Whether it's a business mogul, whether it's the fuckboy like you said, you know what I mean. Whether it's that actor. So hopefully she finds one before she has to go through the whole rainbow of fucking personalities. But we'll see what happens.
Right, but she's doing what every young girl should do. The only difference is all the guys are famous and they know each other because they're famous. But you know, she's actually dating how a 20-something-year-old should date. And at least, you know what I mean? Like she didn't get pregnant by none of them. You know what I mean? She's not having like, thank God she dodged that bullet, because you know he be trying to. That's one guy you just like you. I wouldn't even want Future to like sneeze on me. Like there's just a level of fertility flowing through him. I do not need that energy. I give it to her though. I love it. I love to see a young black girl just doing it, because it's like we saw Paris Hilton. You know, she's like a black Paris Hilton.
I can see that. I can see that for sure.
Without the sex tape, see.
We'll see.
Maybe she needs. Maybe that's what she needs. But no, she already has that status. She don't need. I mean, meaning she's already up there. She don't need to do anything else to get recognized. You know what I mean?
What would Steve say? Think like a man. Act like a woman. What would Steve say?
What would he say?
I don't know. Yeah, it's pretty weird. But shout out to the people dating out there. How's dating life during COVID? Anybody in the comments want to tell everybody? Oh, I got an announcement. So we're going to be heading out. We have committed to rescheduling the interview. It looks like Jim is continuing to have some issues at the airport. We'll have to commit to rescheduling with him, and some of his friends will stop by.
Yeah, just remember, guys, he had a flight. He got stuck at the airport. He had difficulties getting through, but we got commitment to reschedule.
And we'll give you guys a swift update. As soon as we find out when we can reschedule it, we're going to let you guys know so you can tune in. Again, we really appreciate you tuning in. Please don't be disappointed. We know how life goes, especially in the pandemic era where, we'll get them back on the radio. We'll be able to talk to them, and it's going to be an awesome interview. And I had a lot of fun with you, ladies.
I know we did. Make sure you guys tune in. And DJ DOWRONG, you got your album dropping.
Yes, February 19th. They didn't see us coming on all streaming platforms. Please make sure you go download that.
Right. And make sure you guys follow us at The Morning Wood LV on Facebook and Instagram. And also make sure you guys are following the best, hottest station on the planet, Hot 702.5 FM on Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah. Make sure y'all tap in with The Morning Wood Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. Tomorrow is Thursday. You get to see me tomorrow on The Morning Wood with D Brew. Check out Megs on Monday. Y'all stay tuned in and tapped in. I'm super excited about the reschedule and meeting all his other friends and him hopefully coming to the station as well.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, y'all. We out.